Hollywood thrives on overnight sensations and dramatic downfalls, but Rachel Zegler's story is something else entirely. One moment, she's the fresh face being crowned the next big thing in film. The next, she's caught in a storm of criticism and public outrage. So how does a rising star go from beloved newcomer to controversial figure almost in?
Rachel Zegler, we're supposed to believe, is just so striking that even the supermodel like Gal Gadot is supposed to be homicidically jealous of her. I mean, we're supposed to completely suspend our disbelief.
Instantly. Rachel's journey started like a textbook Hollywood dream. A viral audition video catapulted her into the spotlight, landing her the lead in Steven Spielberg's reimagining of West Side Story. Critics were enamored with her voice and screen charisma, while viewers were drawn to the wide-eyed newcomer breathing life into a legendary role. In interviews, Rachel appeared sincerely humbled by the whirlwind of opportunity.
I mean, people thought my whole trajectory was fake, and sometimes I wake up and I think my whole trajectory is fake, but it's just a testament to taking chances.
She described the dreamlike moment of being handpicked by Spielberg out of thousands, sharing how she'd fantasized about her name in lights since her teenage years. She teased fans with promises of a fresh spin on West Side Story, pledging to respect the classic while adding her own unique flair. On the surface, everything looked ideal. Her rise was swift, her gratitude felt authentic, and social media couldn't get enough. Within industry circles, some even claimed she'd reached A-list status faster than most newcomers, but beneath the fairy tale, cracks quietly formed. There were early murmurs that Rachel had stronger opinions than expected from a Hollywood newcomer. Whispers surfaced about minor creative tensions with choreographers, though most brushed it off as standard behind-the-scenes friction. The buzz around her charm and talent was too loud for anyone to take these hints seriously, yet behind closed doors, a different picture began to emerge. As the West Side Story press tour picked up steam, anonymous crew members started leaking stories. Some claimed Rachel frequently pushed back on choreography, occasionally stalling shoots to demand adjustments she felt better matched her vision. Others alleged she disagreed with costume heads, arguing that certain looks either didn't flatter her or conflicted with how she saw her character. The quiet rumors turned into louder chatter. She wasn't just driven, she might have been difficult. Spielberg, known for creating harmonious sets, stayed silent. After all, he'd already gone on record naming Rachel the next breakout star for most newcomers. Challenging a Hollywood icon would be career suicide. But Rachel didn't seem fazed by the stakes. Some praised her as bold. Others saw it as arrogance. Whispers claimed she second-guessed camera setups, pushed back on editing choices, and even disputed lines of dialogue. Veteran crew members reportedly tried to explain Spielberg's process, one rooted in trust, not constant pushback. But insiders say Rachel stood firm, believing her instincts outweighed the wisdom of an Oscar-winning legend. At first, Spielberg kept things upbeat in public. Early screenings of West Side Story drew praise, with audiences applauding Rachel's vocals and screen presence. But behind the scenes, reports surfaced that his patience was wearing thin. Spielberg, known for mentoring young stars, from Drew Barrymore to Christian Bale, seemed to be hitting a wall. Word spread that he found Rachel's attitude challenging, with one insider claiming he called her a nightmare to work with. If true, that single remark sent shockwaves through Hollywood. Spielberg is known for nurturing talent, not condemning it. His alleged disapproval felt like a major red flag to others in the industry. He never confirmed nor denied the rumors, but his silence was deafening. Observers noted how he lavishly praised co-star Ariana DeBose, calling her mesmerizing while offering Rachel only generic compliments. Insiders began to wonder, was Spielberg intentionally withholding support? And if so, why? The speculation only grew until Rachel secured the coveted role of Snow White in Disney's high-budget live-action remake, a move that should have cemented her as a household name. Instead, it triggered a dramatic reversal. Disney had placed a massive $250 million bet on nostalgia and star power. Confident Snow White would be the next Beauty and the Beast, the story, a princess, A Poisoned Apple and True Love's Kiss seemed like a surefire win, but controversy dogged the production from day one. First, Disney drew backlash for replacing the traditional dwarfs with magical creatures, aiming to modernize the tale. Then came Rachel's own comments. She called the original Snow White weird and accused the prince of being a stalker. Fans were outraged. Devotees of the classic felt mocked, not respected. By the time the film hit theaters, the damage was done. The result: a box office flop so massive, Disney execs reportedly held emergency meetings to contain the fallout. Critics slammed the film as soulless, accusing Disney of putting ideology above storytelling. Rachel's performance in particular was panned. For lacking emotion, reviews said her portrayal felt disconnected from the spirit of the original. Inside Disney, panic spread. This was meant to be a cultural milestone. Instead, it became a punchline, and Rachel was front and center in the backlash. Clips from her old interviews resurfaced and went viral for all the wrong reasons. Fans accused her of ridiculing a beloved fairy tale. But even then, things might have been salvageable if she'd responded differently. Most actors in this situation launch a PR reset, show remorse, take accountability, express gratitude for the opportunity. But Rachel didn't follow that script. Reports claimed she deflected blame, even suggesting the upcoming Minecraft movie had stolen Disney's spotlight. That excuse lit a fire online. Memes exploded across TikTok and Twitter. Minecraft characters crushing Disney icons, captions reading, "Snow White lost to the blocks." It was internet ridicule at its finest. If Rachel had hoped her comments would ease the backlash, the opposite happened. Fans wanted an apology. They got deflection. Meanwhile, reports claimed she was turning down interview requests, opting out of coordinated damage control efforts. Instead of facing the criticism head-on, she appeared to retreat, giving the impression she was only present when the spotlight was favorable. Critics pounced. Her own interviews became evidence of a perceived ego. Fans who once adored her, fresh-faced debut began to wonder if they'd been sold a product polished by Disney and Spielberg's PR machines. And then, the silence from Spielberg continued. He didn't defend her, not once. That quiet omission spoke volumes. In Hollywood, where reputations are everything, silence from a major player is as damaging as a direct quote. Executives, producers, and agents took notice. Soon, fans were analyzing old footage, press events, interviews, red carpet moments, hunting for signs of tension. A forced smile here, a missed mention there. The narrative took shape whether it was real or not. No one knows for sure what Spielberg truly thinks. But the industry consensus is chilling. If he had anything good to say about Rachel, he would have by now. Even during awards season, he cheered on the rest of the West Side Story cast. But Rachel was quietly pushed to the sidelines. And following the Snow White meltdown, many assumed Spielberg would finally address the rumors. He didn't. That silence? It echoed across the industry like a warning shot. In Hollywood, you don't need to blacklist someone with words. Silence does the trick. It's not official. There's no announcement. Just an unspoken understanding that certain doors are now closed. Studio heads are asking, is she worth the risk? With 2 massive productions under her belt, both mired in drama, fears are growing. Leaked anecdotes about diva-like behavior and flippant comments only deepen concerns. Rumor has it, some major studios have quietly taken her off casting SHO. RTL, the thinking is simple. If Spielberg couldn't manage her, who can? And in Hollywood, a whisper campaign can be fatal. Blacklisting isn't a press release. It's a quiet fade-out. Phones stop ringing, meetings disappear from calendars, names vanish from casting talks. No one wants another PR disaster. No director wants behind-the-scenes drama that derails an entire production. Still, not everyone is ready to count Rachel out. Some insiders say Hollywood loves a good redemption arc. If she owned up to her mistakes, expressed humility, and took on smaller indie roles to rebuild her image, a comeback isn't impossible. The industry has forgiven worse. But it always requires something she hasn't yet offered: genuine reflection, whether Every rumor is true or not, Rachel Zegler's story is now a modern cautionary tale, a reminder of how fast fortune flips in a town powered by perception. One moment, you're hailed as the next big thing. The next, your name trends for all the wrong reasons. In Tinseltown, talent matters, but so do humility and timing. The question now is this just a setback on her road to reinvention, or the final act of a career that once seemed unstoppable? Only time can answer that. Hollywood adores redemption stories almost as much as it loves a scandal. If there's any lesson here, it's this. Fame is fragile, and when controversy, rumors, and box office disaster collide, even the brightest star can dim overnight. Make your own judgment call. Debate the facts, question the spin. But one thing is certain in Hollywood, narratives shift fast, and tomorrow's headline could either spark her resurgence or write the final chapter of her rise and fall. Until then, the world watches, waiting for what comes next.